Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slap. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the brand new Mercier Tinted Moisturiser Light Revealer Tint and also the Tinted Moisturiser Blush. These are brand new from Mercier and I was very excited to get my hands on them, so I'm just going to get into it. But if you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slap family. And without further ado guys, here is the video. This is her new illuminating tinted moisturizer, and I'm also going to be trying the tinted blush. These aren't brand spanking new in the US. They've been out for about a month, but they are brand new in the UK, and I've just managed to get my hands on them and I really wanted to try both of them, so I'm going to be doing a video on them today. I went into Harrods to get matched up, and my best shade that I could find in the tinted moisturizer is the shade Mocha. I have a feeling it's going to be a bit rich for me. Well, it is a bit rich, but I think it will be more of a tan shade, and it's not as rich as the Ganache, which is the one I have in the original tinted moisturizer. That is a bit too rich for me, so I'm hopeful that Mocha will be okay. It's also a neutral as well, so I think it should be fine. And in the tinted moisturizer I got the shade Sun Drenched, which is a really nice shade. I was very tempted by another one, I can't remember the name, it was an orangey one. It is in my vlog, but it's a bit more matte, whereas the Sun Drenched was a bit more metallic and just a bit softer, and I don't know why, I was just really drawn to this one. The Tinted Moisturiser Blush, it is 15 mils, £25 and 28 US dollars. It says, effortless from within colour, 12 hours of weightless moisture, clean skincare focused formula. Put the finishing pats on any no makeup look with just a hint of natural, long-lasting cheek colour. Laura Mercier, creator of the iconic tinted moisturiser, brings the same skincare meets makeup magic to a new effortless blush formula. Ultra moisturizing botanicals impart 12 hours of weightless tinted hydration. 14 adaptable shades give every skin tone a barely flushed, just pinch glow. So I'm excited about this. It is 15 mils, so it's about the size of an eye cream really. I don't feel like you're going to need much. I think one dab should be enough, especially of the orange one I tried in store. I think it was Cherry Orchard. That one was very pigmented and you really don't need a lot. So I think, if I remember rightly, Sun Drenched is the same. The other thing I got was the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturiser Light Revealer Natural Skin Illuminator. This is their new tinted moisturiser, but it is supposed to be glowy and give you like a nice natural skin. The lady in store did also say it's actually very good for combination skins, which I wasn't really expecting. It has an SPF 25. I don't feel like the Laura Mercier shade ranges are the best, I have to say. This is 50 mils, 1.7 ounces, and it comes in 14 shades. Not my favorite shade range. I did find it quite hard to find a shade for me, and I have gone a bit richer just to be on the safe side. I went for the shade 6N1 Mocha. It is £37 and 49 US dollars. It says, reveal your luminosity with Laura Mercier's secret no makeup infused with luminosity made for your own skin tone with complexion boosting pearl blends developed for each shade level. They say that all of the glows and the pearls and the luminescence is actually formulated to flatter your skin tone. So if you're a rich complexion, it's not going to be super white, and if you're a fairer complexion, it's not going to be super tan or brown. So I think that's really good. I think that's what the Say concealer was missing. Unfortunately, even though it was very glowy, the undertones of the glow didn't match the actual shades, so then it was kind of fighting itself, whereas hopefully this will actually be more complementary. So I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to first show you guys the packaging, show you some swatches, and then I'm going to get into a demo. So those are the swatches on. I do feel like these Laura Mercier tinted moisturisers are just a bit red. They're a lot redder than other things I have, and they're supposed to be a neutral. But when I look at the Sisley tint, which is in 6C Amber, which is a cool toned tinted moisturiser, it's pretty much the same undertone as this new S6N1 Mocha from Laura Mercier. They look very, very similar, and one's supposed to be neutral and one's supposed to be cool. And I feel like the Laura Mercier neutrals are very red. Also, when I look at the 6W1 Ganache, also looks very red as well, the Laura Mercier one. It Cosmetics is very brown, a nice neutral shade. The Charlotte Tilbury 14 Neutral is also a nice neutral brownie shade. The Sisley is a cool, but it looks pretty much the same as this new Laura Mercier neutral. So I feel like this might be a little bit rosy on me, but sometimes they're sheer enough that they don't really, you can't really tell. And also when I get tan, I do get a little bit rosier, so hopefully it will be fine. I definitely do see a luminescence in it, and it definitely does look quite glowy, which is nice, I think. Hopefully it doesn't look like too much, but it looks nice on my wrist. In terms of the blushes, I was not expecting this to be an exact dupe pretty much for the Classique from Surratt. That Artistic liquid blush in Classique is a tiny bit more neon. It doesn't have as much of a sheen and a metallic a glitter to it. They basically look identical on my wrist. And also the new NARS powder, even though it is a powder, it is quite metallic, and it is pretty much the same as the Laura Mercier as well. So I'm actually quite impressed that I found dupes in my collection. They all do slightly different things. One's a powder, one's a more matte neon, and one's a more metallic liquid. So there are differences, but I think if you've got one of these shades, maybe you don't need it. I do feel like the packaging of both is really nice. I really like the fact that Laura Mercier have updated their packaging and made it a bit more modern, a bit softer. This one is a kind of blush pink-ish shade. It's got a bit of a glow to it, so you can see the difference. It's got a slightly pointed nozzle, and it's 50 ml, 1.7 fluid ounces, which is like the normal size for a tinted moisturiser. I like the look of it. I just am a bit concerned about the shade. The tinted moisturiser blush is super cute. It's like a mini version of this. I like the fact that you can see the shade within. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on with a sponge. I am going to do a wear test on this as well, so we'll see how long it lasts. I think it said 16 hours wear for one of the two. I think it might have been the blush. So I'm going to try it on with a damp sponge. This is the shade 6N1 Mocha. It does look a bit orangey. Doesn't really look like my skin tone. It looks lighter than it did in store, so I'm glad I didn't go down a shade. So I definitely do feel like it's added a little bit of coverage. It is a bit rich, and it is very sheer. It's a lot sheerer than I thought it was going to be. This is me without anything on, and this is me with it. I'm not sure I look better with it quite yet. So I'm gonna add a little bit more on this side and see if that looks any better. It's very glowy though. I definitely do feel like it's added a bit of colour to my skin. It looks a lot richer than my skin tone. I don't know if it's completely my shade. Like up close it looks like my shade, but from here it looks a bit off, and it looks a bit red. On this side I feel like I might look better, which is just like my normal face. So not sure about that yet. I'm going to put it on both sides now and see how it goes. Then I'll do a bit of concealing, and then I'll do the blush. It definitely does have glow, but I feel like it has more glow than anything else at the moment. But once I see it all over my face, then hopefully I'll have a better idea of what it's doing. It definitely does feel like it oxidizes, because it starts off quite light on my face and then it just gets richer quite quickly. I do feel like I look healthy, but in a very like rich way. I think it's definitely oxidizing because like when I put it on my hand, it looks very different to how it ends up. So maybe I should have got the lighter shade after all. It looks really intense. It definitely adds a healthy glow, but I feel like my face is just getting redder and redder and redder. Like it looks completely different undertone to my chest. And it's quite scary. I feel like an Oompa Loompa. I'm not enjoying what shade this is becoming at all. I'm going to put a bit of concealer on. I'm definitely going to use a lighter concealer. Definitely going to use a neutral concealer. I think I might use my Claire de Peau just to try and chill this out a little bit. I do definitely feel like it gives me a nice, healthy looking glow, but I feel like I'm genuinely beaming, like glowing bright orange. It is kind of the wrong shade for me, but I do think it works really well with some of the other lighter concealers I have, and I do like the fact that they do offset each other really nicely. I also really like the glow of this. I think it's really illuminating and healthy looking, and now I've used my concealer, I definitely do feel like it looks like the right shade for me. So I do not know what to think. I like it, but I don't think I should, because I don't know if it's doing what it's supposed to. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing, but I don't know if it's just been lucky that I had a concealer that worked with it. I do really like the glow of it. I like how seamless it is. It sits really well under both liquids and cream concealers. It works really nicely with both of those. So I'm actually really impressed with the formulation of this, and I do actually like the glow. On its own, it's definitely too rad for me, but I think with this concealer, with either of my concealers, it looks really nice. So now I'm going to put on the blush, and then I'm going to probably finish my face, do some powder under my eyes. I'm going to now put on the Tinted Moisturiser blush. I definitely do feel very rosy on my cheeks. A happy accident, I guess. So this is the shade Sun Drenched. Definitely looks a lot sheerer on my cheek with the glow underneath. I can see the metallic from the blush, but I can't see the pigment as much as I could before, so I'm just going to blend it, build it up a little bit. So I'm going to put some on this side. So guys, that is it. That is my finished look. That is the brand new Laura Mercier Illuminating Tint and the brand new tinted blush. I think the blush is a bit light on me actually. It looked fine in store, but I think in person it looks a bit light on, especially on top of this illuminating tint. I like the glow of this, but I do find the glow quite overpowering. And I do think, like, I've powdered it down, it does have a nice radiance to it now, but it is quite intense still. I think the shade is probably its biggest downfall because it definitely does oxidize, and it definitely does get richer over time. It looks quite intense by the time I've put it all on my face, and I just felt like I was beaming bright bronzy orange, so it was a bit intense. I do feel like it does work really well under concealers. It is now 2:55 p.m. So I'll be back in a couple of hours to show you my face at the end of the day, and we'll see how I look, see if it's kind of sunk in a little bit, looks a bit more natural, or whether it's got more oily and greasy. We will see. It's nice, it's very warming, it's very kind of giving me tan, suntan vibes, which I have been asking for the last couple of weeks, so I guess I got what I've asked for, but I don't know if it's a bit too rich for me. I feel like my face is kind of fighting the richness of this tinted moisturiser, so we'll see how it goes, but I will be back to check in with you guys later on. So guys, I am back. Looking forward to wash day tomorrow. Can't wait. So it is now 9:36. I've had this on since 2:55. So I've been wearing this for over 6.5 hours. I feel like it looks a lot better than it did before. It looks a bit more like my skin tone. It's kind of calmed down a bit. It was a bit too rich for me and a bit glowy. It was nice glow, but it just felt a bit intense, especially because of the richness of it. I felt like it made it really apparent that it was like super tan. I didn't really feel like it looked like my face. I feel like now it looks really good 6 hours in. I think it still looks like there's decent coverage, and I think it actually looks a lot more natural and lifelike and real and flattering than it did like 5 hours ago. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick close up and then I'm gonna finish up. I definitely still can see a glow on the cheeks, and I think that is a tiny bit of the blusher is still there, and I think the glow from the tint is there as well, but I do think it looks pretty decent. I think for 6.5 hours wear, it's not bad in terms of coverage, especially for a tinted moisturiser, and I think it wears away really nicely and really evenly, so I do really like that about it. I just think it's like very intense, the fact that it does oxidize, and that's not something I really like. I like to know what shade I'm gonna get, and that it's always going to stay the same. I don't like it when things change like so dramatically. I do like how lightweight this feels on my skin. Both of them feel really nice. I find the blend out on the tinted moisturiser a lot nicer, more seamless, and a lot better as a base for other things, whereas I felt like the blush was a bit patchy sometimes when I blended it out and didn't feel as like effortless and lovely as the tint did. I will keep playing with them. I will let you guys know how I like them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Will you be buying anything? Will you be trying anything? Do you have anything? Let me know. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slap family. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.